name is John Gabrowski, and I am a two-semester Verto alumni. I'm currently on my last week in Sevilla, Spain right now, and it's kind of sad, but I want to talk about some reflections. Spent my fall semester in Florence, Italy, and I'm doing my second semester, finishing right now, in Sevilla, Spain. With Verto Education, I am going to one of their partner schools to continue and finish my college education at Binghamton University, and it's all thanks to Verto. The first thing that comes to mind when I think about my experience in Florence is the staff. I mean, huge shout out to the whole team that was there when I was there. My ASC and SLC, Annika and Kiara, are the coolest people ever. They made my experience awesome. I always had so much support, and it was amazing to just have somebody there when it was my first semester abroad. I mean, going there to start was scary. I was in Europe for the first time in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. Any concern I ever had, they always did their best to support me. If I didn't know what kind of store to go to, they would help me. If I was stressed out with school, they would sit there and help me make a plan. I mean, literally anything. Shout out to those two of what Florence was like. I got there in September of 2022, and it was a brand new experience. I was greeted at the airport by Verto staff, and they took me in a taxi, we had our own private shuttles, which was really cool. I went straight to my apartment. In Italy, for the Florence semester, everyone gets their own apartments. So I had an apartment with 7 dudes. It was me, Bryce, AJ, Dylan, Max, Brayden, and Alex. And it was awesome. I love all my roommates. Our apartment building had us 7, and across the hall, another apartment of 4 guys, Nick, Tristan, Will, and Colin. Super cool dudes. I still talk to them to this day. And I really love the housing situation in Florence. Having our own apartments was so much fun. There's no meal plan. You cook on your own, but you really get a lot of independence. They were nice apartments. Everyone lived pretty close to each other. Furthest apartment of people we would often talk to was about a 20-25 minute walk. That's the furthest. I had friends who lived 5 minutes from me, friends who lived 10 minutes from me. We had a class of 250-ish people, so we filled up a lot of the city, and we were everywhere. It was really cool that we were so integrated into the city of Florence. It was really fun. And I'll talk about the city of Florence. Amazing city. It gives you big city vibes, but it also feels so local. Every day in Florence, I had my routine. For the first month, I was obviously exploring a lot of stuff. Once I settled in, I went to my same cafe every morning, Di Tagliale, and they knew me there. I had a different set of little bars I would go to. Bars are like coffee shops in Italy, but there was one right across from Verto. Further down the street, I think it was Giuseppe's, and then I had the sandwich shop Pino's. And I mean, all these people knew me. The people at the grocery store knew me. It's really like living in a small town. You know your people, you make connections, and it was really fun and beautiful. The food, come on. I mean, it's Italy. So good. The coffee in the morning. At lunch, you could go get a sandwich. The food is amazing. You can imagine, it's Italy. The dinners for pasta, the fresh pesto, the fresh sauce. Even food from the grocery store was amazing. I mean, you're set there. I was never even upset we didn't have a meal plan because the food everywhere was so phenomenal and inexpensive compared to the States. I mean, dinner, if I were to go out to a restaurant, I can go get a drink, a pasta dish, and my cover charge, and it's like $12. If you're cooking, you can grocery shop for the week for easily $50, and that's with buying whatever you want. So the academic center in Florence is really nice. It's out near the U.S. consulate, so it's a little bit of a hike. You walk straight down the Arno River, And from my apartment, it was about a 25-minute walk, but it was a beautiful walk every day, never an issue. And I love the building. It is like a private little, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's one big building that has about 5 floors. And shout out to my old professors, my Italian professor Dario, my business professor Sylvia. Love you guys, and can't forget about Martina for philosophy. I love all of those professors. Amazing, amazing people. They really care about you, and they want you to experience as much as you can. And they care about you learning, but they also care about you learning to be a person, and like they understand how significant it is for you to be living in Florence and in a European country for the first time. And they help you a lot with not only being able to embrace that, but they teach you how to assimilate into that culture, and they take you places and they encourage you to live like a local, and it's really beautiful. And I cannot thank Verto enough for my experience in Italy. Ever since being there, I can't wait for the day I go back. It's the most amazing experience of my life. I've made so many memories. I was able to travel for pretty cheap. Went to Croatia, I went to Iceland, I went to all the cities in Italy you can imagine. Cinque Terre, Pisa, went up to Aosta, I've been to Bolzano, I've been to Rome, I can't even think of all of them. Been to Venice. But it was a life-changing experience for sure. It has set the pace for the rest of my life that I know I want to travel. I know I want to see the world, and I want to make that part of my life.